What's good? Shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game. Hey, I'm not on my usual equipment, okay? So the audio is definitely going to be a bit different. But the same voice behind the mic as always. You already know. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game. A side official, no negotiation needed, period. You already know. The first in the building, Carlos, is on deck. Salute to you. Shout out to THE on deck. NYT on deck. What's good? Boxing conversation with Reggie Owens in the building. Hey y'all, I've been busy. I had to take care of some stuff, man. So let's get down to it. Um, as you all know, boxingscene.com has came out and posted that Ryan Garcia's claim of so what does this mean? It brings us a step 2 or 3 closer to trying to figure out, is my audio good, y'all? Is my audio good? So it brings us a trailer hitch closer since we've been towing this freaking topic around town for a long time. It brings us a trailer hitch closer to trying to, determine what's going to happen with Ryan Garcia. All right. It's no doubt that, the news has been put out to the general public that he's tested positive for his Alpha and Bravo sample. Okay. That's no mistaking that. He did test positive. Then, with so much more to go along with it that came out, like there was sabotage and everything else. And we're going to get to the Floyd Mayweather drama and all this stuff. But, you know, um, Ryan Garcia has pretty much made a spectacle of this entire freaking event. And a one of the biggest spectacles that we have witnessed in a long time, y'all. So with this brand new test, I look at it this way. It's not up to me to try to come up here and give you all predictions on what I think going to happen. It's absolutely outside my scope of authority. Nor do I have the know-how or the general expertise to say, yeah, well, from my point of view, since I'm on the team, since I'm with the New York State Athletic Commission, no. Only thing I'm going to say is they will determine if this new submission of his supplements with them coming back contaminated for ostarine will somehow have any influence, to the fine, to the punishment, the consequences and repercussions that may be rendered from New York State Athletic Commission. That's what everybody wants to know. Now, on the flip side of this, I'm not, jumping up and down, clapping my hands, rooting for Ryan Garcia. I do like when people go the extra mile if they're in a bad situation. They go the extra mile to prove their innocence. You know what I'm saying? And that's what from here, that's what I've been witnessing with Ryan Garcia. He's been going the extra mile to prove his innocence. Plus, he's been acting like an absolute goofball, enjoying his freaking free time. This man never pretty much act like he gave a damn about any type of supplements coming back dirty. You know, this is one of the only drug tests that I've ever witnessed covering the sport where people made a mockery of the seriousness. You know what I'm saying? They really didn't take it serious that he popped dirty. You know what I'm saying? People was up here just joking around. They was talking about, the memes that's out there on Devin. They were saying that, hey, Ryan's up here making a freaking a number one hit banger now. You know what I'm saying? He's traveling the world. He's meeting important people. He's shaking and brushing elbows with these people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this has been one of the most craziest cases that I've seen dealing with a positive test where no one has taken it serious except those supporting the fighter who was in the ring with him. They're the only ones that's been saying that, oh, we want a lifetime ban and all this other stuff. And I can understand where the Haney fans are defending and supporting him. I get it. I get it, man. I get what you saying. You want to support your fighter. I totally get it. But it's looking a little bit shaky on that bridge right now. You know, man, there's so many pieces to put together to this collage. I swear to you, and it still doesn't bring us any clarity on where this is going to go when it comes to the verdict. What would be the verdict on Ryan Garcia? You know what I'm saying? Hearing this news, once again, for y'all that didn't hear, right? Ryan Garcia's legal team claims. So let me ask you all in the chat. Shout out to the OG Mr. Golden in the building. Shout out to y'all. Trying to get to some of these comments. To be honest, this drug testing result, hold up. To be honest, this drug testing result situation is getting exhausting. If Haney feels slighted, run it back. See, I know where you at with it, Carlos. I really don't have no no donkey kick, to even, give you a rebuttal to that. Because I understand, where you at. And I kind of agree with the run it back because if there's controversy that's done picked up so much steam like this, then run it back. Run it back. That's all we got to do. Run it back. You know, so many people is talking about this and saying that, he beat you with just raw skill. You have to run it back for real. Hold on for a second. What about now? Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Am I good? I mean, my icon moving like I'm good. Am I straight? Yay, nay. Shout out to Mill on deck. Appreciate you. I'm trying to get some of these boxing. Shout out to 360 on deck. Haney might try to move down to 126 pounds to avoid punches. Hey, I'm not getting mad at anybody who has jokes for Haney. Just like they're gonna have jokes for Garcia. I don't have any, you know what I'm saying, protests for that. I absolutely don't, man. But let's understand one thing. With these new findings, what is the step process going to be for NY State Athletic Commission? What is their process? What are they going to do with this? Because the big thing is how are they going to go about determining the findings for Ryan Garcia? How are they going to process that as far as the relevancy of the supplement? Are they going to take it serious? Because one thing we can say about Ryan, he has followed through with every step on proving that this is, not what it seemed to be. This is a con job. He never took anything. But it's hard to sit up here and advocate for Ryan when he's up here telling people that he loves steroids. He want to open up a league, a steroid league. You know what I'm saying? Putting tweets. He's really through the pie. He really pie faced it a lot of people. He just didn't care, man, what y'all thought about him. He didn't care, bro. Like this man has been, you don't know if he took damn pads or he didn't, because he's pretty much made it a fun show. He was making jokes about this shit. It became his stand up. So now that this supplement, I believe ashwagandha, has came back freaking contaminated, this makes it a whole lot interesting. Seriously, this makes it very, very interesting to see how the commission is going to answer. You know what I'm saying? What are they going to do? What action are they going to take? And how will it affect those two individuals, Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, moving forward? I agree with Garcia. They should freaking move. I mean, they should get together to have a rematch. That's what they should do. Why? Because it's a lot of people, it's a lot of energy, a lot of traction of the fight fans talking about this. So, what better way to take the momentum and go back for round two at a catch weight and run it back? It's no look. This is no freaking question. It shouldn't be no debate. You should be able to run this shit back, bro. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to run this back. Let me see. Somebody left a super chat. Definitely got to get to the super chats. I'm trying to find out where you at. Shout out to Andrew Charles, man, with the $10 super chat on the Tree of Life of WCS. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? One love to your brother as always. For those of you that support the channel, not just by showing up, by absolutely donating. Much appreciated. Salute. You know what I'm saying? He said World Combat Sports. Appreciate that, man. Letting the brother know that you rock out with the channel. I know I've been kind of intermittent, you know what I'm saying, the last couple of days. I've just been busy. But I am ready for this fight week, though. Let me see what else y'all got. But shout out to Andrew Charles with the $10 in the super chat, lighting up the Tree of Life for WCS. I appreciate you, man. I'm a bigger fan of Bill Haney than I am of Devin. I'm definitely not going to make this about Bill Haney. I'm really trying to stay on topic because, even though Bill Haney is going to come out and say what he got to say, like he's been, and I don't blame him, that's his son, that's his fighter, whatever the case. But the reason why people are showing very minimal empathy for Devin Haney is because, the way he was beat up. They're saying that Osterine will not allow Ryan Garcia to come in there with the ultimate enhancement of skills. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere along the line, you will have to learn and put in the blood, sweat, and tears in the gym, and whoever else that helped him get ready for Devin, whether it be Floyd Mayweather, Diddy James, whatever. Ostarine did not help him go in that ring and have the skills to perform the way he did and beat Devin up. I mean, he had both of Devin's jaws swollen. I mean, to me, that says a lot right there, bro. That says a lot. That's different. That's what people remember. Devin getting off the canvas on his elbows and his knees. It was a bad look. But back to Ryan Garcia. Man, Ryan Garcia come up out of this, man, and he doesn't receive any punishment. What do you think his IG followers is going to be then? He's already at 12 million right now. What did I tell y'all on that live? What did I tell y'all on that live? I told you all that these results are not going to come back the way you think. I put it out there before they even came back, before the B samples even came back. I say these results are not going to render the action that you think it is. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen. It's not going to. These results are not going to give you, the contentment that you're looking for. And here you go. I told you, man. Ryan Garcia, he has a lot of people that supporting him. Ryan Garcia has a lot of people that was going in his favor because they didn't like Team Haney. Ryan Garcia has a larger following than Devin Haney. But at the end of the day, man, I want to see a rematch. Forget all the people that you know and don't know. In order for you to settle this in the ring, the next coming of Floyd Mayweather and blaming Floyd for freaking, advising Ryan Garcia to come in 3 pounds over. Advising Ryan Garcia to on what game plan to go in there with Devin. Y'all have to understand, none of that shit is illegal. People are actually doing live streams on what Floyd said. Who gives a fuck about what Floyd Mayweather said about this right here? Nobody cares about this shit with Floyd, talking about whether he advised Ryan to come in and how to come in 3 pounds overweight and this. Who cares about that? That's just like, you got a retired boxer who has been said to talk to this fighter that's stepping into the ring and told him, hey, hit him with this combination right here. Or hit him with one low blow. Hit him with one low blow early and wake him up. And then the fighter, he goes in there and wins and say, yeah, that one low blow? Yeah, Floyd told me to do that. What are they going to do? Bring Floyd to the commission? Hey, you advising fighters to hit, fighters below the belt? Hell no, man. Come on, bro. This is a huge result. Real talk. This is huge in a way that I don't think I've ever seen a fighter make light of a serious situation. I've never seen a fighter that doesn't have the support of the masses of the boxing fans when they got beat up, and the fighter that beat him up is accused of cheating, and two of the samples that came back positive, and nothing but humor and comedic value has been contaminating the airways out here. This joke, that joke, blessed, highly favored. I mean, this shit was done immediately. This wasn't actions. This dude was outside immediately after the fight. Ryan Garcia was outside. He never hid, man. He never hid inside, bro. I'm just saying. He never hid inside. It doesn't matter if Haney's with Snack or not. Demetrius Andrade was with Snack when he stepped through the ropes with David Benavidez, and it wasn't a freaking particle. It wasn't a picogram in there that could have saved him from that goddamn Mexican monster. And Victor Conte, man, he can continue to talk and say this and that and all that, man. No, man. If you're not with the New York State Athletic Commission, Well, why are you even talking now? You know what I'm saying? Why are you even talking? You trying to be an advocate for your fighters? It takes more than that. You better hope that Ryan Garcia doesn't come off scotch free on this. You're talking about a fighter that's gonna be untouchable for a little bit. Ryan Garcia is gonna be untouchable for a little bit, bro. What I mean by that, he's gonna get even more crazier in the media. His profile is gonna skyrocket it, right? They're gonna start trying to make a freaking spaceship, a Garcia X, you know what I'm saying? X Ost, you know what I'm saying? Spaceship X Ost, a representation for Ryan and try to send that shit to the moon. For real, I'm serious, bro. They're gonna say this guy told us that he wasn't dirty. And then he had all the processes completed. And then in the end, man, his shit come back positive for contamination too. His A and B come back positive, and his supplements come back positive for ostarine contamination. Man, I gotta salute him for taking his initiative. If you don't fight for yourself, who will, man? OG said it's all part of the game. He is going to run it back. I don't know there, OG. I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that, Mr. Golden. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Egypt TV. I'll believe it when ESPN confirms it. Okay, so most of the time I don't know how long you've been over here though on the YTC, but we have, you know, those who are the messengers, the POCs, the ones who get the information first and then releases it. A lot of information that we get over here in the YTC landscape is not off ESPN. A lot of times they don't break this news to ESPN because boxers themselves are not on ESPN like that. Yeah, you might have got Devin Haney on there, but take this situation away, right? Take Haney and Garcia's situation away, right? And you tell me how many times on a consistent basis, month to month, because boxing is an annual sport, that TV, when you've seen boxers on there consistently. You don't see boxers on ESPN consistently. So when the news break, they're not going to break it to ESPN first. They're going to break it to a source on social media because it's going to spread a whole lot faster. Though ESPN is a huge global network, no, that's not the way the process works, big dog. Ryan has a lot of supporters way before the Haney fight. It's a myth that he doesn't have actual boxing fan supporters. True words. That's absolutely true. That's absolutely FACTZZ. Ryan Garcia definitely has boxing fans, man. He has boxing fans. He has boxing fans for sure. But I can tell you this, like, I'm glad we get to the bottom of this. You know what I'm saying? Now that now that his supplements has finally came back contaminated, right? I mean, I'm just saying, contaminated or non-contaminated, right? We've actually received a result now, which is great. The only thing I'm saying is how long it's going to take for us to finally have an understanding as to the decision on how they're going to render the punishment, if any. That's all I'm saying. That's all. How long that's going to take? How long that's going to take, man? How many weeks are we going to wait for this to come back? I mean, real talk. How long is this going to take? And once again, I'll tell you all, this is not going to stop anything about, Ryan Garcia moving forward. It's not going to stop anything, bro. Real talk. It's not going to stop anything. I tried to tell you all that you're not going to be satisfied with the results of his supplements coming back and his samples. You're not gonna be happy about that shit, man. Because it seems like Ryan has gained more fans since him testing positive. It seems like this dude has gotten way more popular. People are actually treating Ryan like an actual boxer now. Not the goofy Ryan who fought Luke Cameron got dropped. And then after the fight, he said, hey, I said, oh, wow, I got dropped. And then, he went to work. Totally different the way they treated Ryan after the Gervonta Davis fight. Totally different. He has hit a whole new level of notoriety, bro. This is just insane when it comes to boxing, man. It's insane. Well, I can't say it hasn't happened in MMA because John Jones is adorned, um, as one of the GOAT in mixed martial arts thus far. And he's tested positive several times, and they love him. They love him. Seriously, they love him. You can't tell nobody nothing. They love John Jones. And that mug have tested positive for whatever and however and whenever. You know what I'm saying? So what do y'all think is up next for Ryan? You know what I'm saying? What do you think is up next for Devin? We know Devin has been on ESPN. He said he didn't want to run it back. Do y'all think he's gonna change his mind? Do you think he's gonna have a meeting with Papa? You think he's gonna have a meeting with Papa and they're gonna listen to what the fans are saying? The ones who are saying, hey, we want a rematch. Us the fans, we want a rematch. Give us a rematch. Do you think that's possible? Okay. Pigeon said, friends, I think. Y'all think it's possible or what? It's not too much I'm going to carry on about this unbreaking news, but I'm curious to see, um, what's next when they run the decision. That's the only thing I can say. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I can say about this. Devin Haney, I mean, unfortunate for you, big dog. You look terrible in that fight. You faced several knockdowns. They was touting you after you're undisputed as one of the best rising boxers in the sport, and fighters go through adversity, but to go through that type of adversity from a fighter who a lot of people, include myself, I didn't think Ryan Garcia had the skills to even come close to doing that to you. I didn't think he had the skills. Real talk, I didn't. I didn't think he had the skills to do that shit, bro. To go up there and handle you like the way he did, the really, sell the fight because he sold the fight. Y'all took the bait with the 500, with the pound, which makes y'all it don't make y'all look good at all because you took the money for him coming 3.2 pounds over. Now after the fact of you agreeing on that, you pretty much saying, I want to complain about it. I want to say it was illegal. How? How does that work, man? And then you want to y'all want to bring up the IV. Man, y'all supposed to be on top of all of this. It just seems like y'all got played. And then he act crazy and all that. He get in the ring. He handled the business. And the same type of mentality he was having before the fight, it even assisted him in increasing his notoriety outside because I didn't see anybody shunning him. I didn't see people pushing him away to my own. Every time I turned around, this dude was out here hugging, the big dogs, the celebs in life. He was at the Vegas fight with Canelo and Hummy Munguia. He was freaking at a world football soccer match. Man, this dude was everywhere. He was up here speaking in front of a crowd of people. How does that happen? How can you be in such a controversial moment? That's how I know a lot of these civilians out here, they're not diehard boxing fans. Ryan Garcia was actually speaking. He had a speaking engagement in front of these people. So we're talking about somebody who's going through a controversial moment in boxing where potentially he cheated and nobody's giving a damn about it, dog. Nobody's giving a damn who cheats, and then you get speaking engagements. You have people that want to talk to you. They say, hey, what's your schedule looking like? You know what I'm saying? Hey Ryan, the agent called. She said, you got 3 engagements coming up, and they're gonna pay you this, and this. I was like, how do you increase your marketability, your boxing appraisal? How do you do that, bro? How do you raise your FICO off a cheating scandal? Hey, this shit is incredible, bro. This is incredible. How do you raise your boxing FICO off a cheating scandal? Usually, when you're caught cheating, I guess we used to look at it like, hey, man, that ain't cool, man. You need to honor thy word, have some integrity, man. You know what I'm saying? Stand up and have some character. Be the example. Set the example for others to follow. No, no, no. No, these civilians ain't trying to hear that shit, man. These civilians that's out here, they casual boxing fans. They don't look at what Ryan Garcia did as being serious at all. And that goes to show you a lot of them didn't like Devin. They wasn't Devin Haney fans. Um, and they just being so nonchalant about the seriousness of this, him testing positive, man, for a banned substance. It's almost like Ryan Garcia, he wasn't in violation of anything. He went in there and beat him. Like I always say, bro, like, and everyone, out there, especially to the hottest chat in the game, um, you know damn well that the way he went in there and dominated, it's some people out there saying, just like I said earlier in the chat, that pairs do not give you that type of technique. It doesn't give you that type of boxing IQ. It doesn't, man. It doesn't provide you with all that to go in there and beat a fighter who was basically labeled or tagged as the next coming of a Floyd Mayweather. Oh boy. They're doing everything that they can to save Ryan. Are they really trying to save Ryan? Seriously. Are they really trying to save him there, OG? Seriously. What are they trying to save? What are they trying to save? It's nothing to save. Because just think about it. Jarrell Miller, there, Mr. Golden, like I said before, he tested for GW and EPO, two legitimate potent anabolic steroids, and he only got um he got 6 months or something like that. But he lost out on millions fighting Joshua. I mean, his punishment wasn't nowhere severe the way we thought it should be. But I'm just saying, like, Ryan tested positive for ostarine, and the boxing masses, look, y'all in the chat, listen up. The boxing masses was going back and referencing one fight. How long has boxing been in existence, bro? You go back and reference Lucian Boutte against Bobby Jackie. You say, hey, this is it. This is the nugget. This is the jewel that we've been looking for right here. Ostarine, Lucian Boutte. I mean, come on, bro. Boxing has been in existence for so long. And just to prove my point, you have a single fight that you select to reference to basically use it as a topic of discussion and comparison to Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. That goes to show you, no one knew what the hell Ostarine was, bro. No one was keeping tabs on something that's out of sight, out of mind. Nobody wasn't looking for this shit. Ostarine, let me read up on it. Everybody became a freaking unemployed expert of Ostarine, only because Ryan Garcia has tested positive for it. But hold on. Let's go back even farther. WCS was telling you the results of one gonna come back to your liking, right? But what happened to the? How can he test for nandrolone 19, and all of a sudden it disappears? That should have proved to you all already. It's something going on. Like when Ryan Garcia first did a vid reaction to the news, he said, "I'm gonna tell y'all, I ain't never took no steroid. It's a con job. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get down to the bottom of this. I don't have to do that." And then, I'm talking to people and they're saying, why would Ryan Garcia have to go through all those measures to cheat against a fighter who doesn't have a history of being a power puncher? You know what I'm saying? His radius, for within a 12 round championship fight, he doesn't really have a history of closing fighters out in short distance. It's not like he's the Tank Davis of the 140-pound division. So, people, that's what they was telling me. They say, it doesn't make any sense. Why would Ryan have to go through such extreme for, a fighter who they call pillow fisted? It doesn't make any sense, man. You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense. Gervonta Davis hit Ryan with a left, right? And he got up. And he ended up finishing him with a left to the body. But Ryan got up from Gervonta's punches. I believe in that moment, boxing fan was saying, damn, he got a better chin than we think. Because the guy that he betted on with Errol Spence for 20 grand didn't get up when he ran into that left hand. The guy called Rolando Romero. Rolando Romero did not get up and was able to continue. He got up after the twitching and he was on wobbly legs and the referee stopped the fight. He wasn't able to get up and continue to fight another round. He was stopped. So you look at Roland Romero, much bigger, you know what I'm saying? Seemed like physically strong fighter. And a lot of people, would consider him before time to be a bit more stronger than Ryan Garcia. But Ryan Garcia proved that he's pretty tough dude, man. You know what I'm saying? I guess he learned something for Gervonta Davis. And he came in here and showed that he was the much tougher fighter. He's the more skilled fighter. Devin's gonna have to come back around and explain to the people, you know what I'm saying? What did he think? What is his assessment? Did Ryan beat him fair and square? Or he want to look at it like he cheated and that's how everything played out the way it did. If Devin Haney goes in here and continue to say, well, he cheated, and that's why he beat me, he's not gonna win over any fans like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like Bill Haney asked for the special sauce. He didn't ask for a special bottle. He didn't ask for a green Gatorade bottle like Diddy. He didn't ask for that. He didn't ask for any of that. In Garcia's corner, they didn't ask for a special bottle. Neither corner during the fight, it wasn't nothing that they can look at in the film to say it was some cheating involved. The only thing that people was perturbed about was that both fighters was clinching and holding too damn much early in the fight. After that settled, the fight started. one half of the two fighters in the ring started to separate themselves as far as who was actually winning. The knockdown happened in the seventh, and then a couple more rounds, went through, and then we experienced the other knockdowns, and it looked bad for Devin Haney. So this has just been an absolute circus. I'm not gonna lie. And the head ringleader, y'all, the head ringleader of it all was the one and only Ryan Lion Garcia, boy. Shout out to Consciousness. What's good? I watched the fight. Every knockdown wasn't based on skill. It actually looked sloppy. So, in order for the knockdown to happen, right? The fighter that's being accused, this is for you, Consciousness. The fighter that's being accused of being on pads was absolutely the delegator. So if Ryan Garcia delegated the punch to put Devin down, then if it wasn't based off skill, well, what do you say about Devin Haney if you're saying that Ryan wasn't based off skill? So you trying to say Devin wasn't defensively sounded? He wasn't fighting on a high enough level to avoid the shots from an unskilled fighter like Ryan Garcia? You trying to tell me a former undisputed champion and a current reigning WBC super lightweight champion? You trying to say the knockdowns wasn't based off skill? So if it was sloppy, why didn't Devin Haney elude? Why he wasn't able to defensively slip? Can you answer that for me? If you're going to remove credit from Ryan Garcia being skillful, but then you're actually doing the same thing for Devin. You're trying to say he wasn't skilled enough to slip a punch that was sloppy. I thought he had crazy defense, right? So how can he get hit from a sloppy, uneducated punch? Can you explain that to me? They saving Ryan because he is bringing the money like he does, so they don't give a shit about Devin. I told people, man, that Ryan has money behind him, and they're gonna line him up for a big fight. Nobody's gonna be talking about this shit if a punishment doesn't come down to hold Ryan Garcia accountable for this action. Let's just say his supplements has came back positive for contamination, and the commission still render a punishment. It's gonna be somewhat contradicting because if his supplements came back contaminated, that's pretty much to say he unknowingly ingested ostarine unknowingly because his supplements was contaminated. If they want to still render a freaking punishment, it would be stupid for them to do that. And then on the other hand, they can pretty much don't do anything at all. And Ryan's freaking boxing FICO, his exposure, his notoriety, it's only that much better. And like OG said, and I've mentioned several times before, they're gonna line him up for a really big fight, man. A really look, he Ryan right now. Ryan can go to 47. He can have another fight at 40. I mean, the sky's the limit. As long as he don't go in there and look seriously bad, because he only has one loss, man. He only has one loss. That's it. Shout out to the queen herself in the building, Jessica on deck. What's good with it, Jessica? Salute to you. How supplement clear you when you don't take supplements? So Ryan Garcia, let me answer your question. She said, so how supplements clear you when you don't take supplements? So Ryan Garcia has been on record as saying that he did take supplements. One of those supplements was another, like I said before about ostarine. A lot of us had no education on what ostarine was, really. A lot of content creators and those who chose to speak on it, didn't really know that it was on the ban list. Then they start doing research and they want to reference Lucian Bute fight. But he said he had taken ashwagandha. Ashwagandha, just because it came back contaminated, they're not going to put it on the ban list. But it just goes to show you that Ryan said he had taken ashwagandha, and with all the media, all the resources out there to research this particular drug, right? The information that it gives you is that it wasn't FDA approved, and it can, depending on who what the supplement is, you know, a lot of makers can put ostarine in a supplement, but don't put it on the label. So that was the deceptive part of it. That a lot of these makers may put ostarine in there for better performance, but yet they don't place the name on the label because it may not hit the shelves. You know what I'm saying? So he did he did say that, Jessica. He absolutely said that he was taking ashwagandha. Now, as far as any other supplement, I don't know all the supplements that Ryan was taking, but he did mention ashwagandha. Ryan caught him early, and Devin never recovered. I agree with you on that. Um, to the point where he called him early. As far as him never recovering, he was on his feet when he got off the canvas. He didn't show no quit. Real talk. I always say this about fighters. It's easy for us to speak on them from observation, from the observation tower, our living rooms. You know what I'm saying? Sports bars, wherever you're looking at the fight. It's easy for us to give our take, but Devin got off the canvas, man. He kept fighting. That salute I will give him for not being a quitter. He never quit. Just like I said about Errol Spence, they didn't quit. They kept getting up and fighting on. But I can get what you're saying that he never recovered because he didn't look good the rest of the fight. Shout out to MKB in the building. What's great, WCS and chat fam? Salute to you, MKB. What it do, man? One love, brother. I see you on deck. If this supplement was contaminated or not, he still had ostarine in his system, and the fight should be ruled a no contest. Well, here we go. You know, I understand that you're adamant and you want to be very vocal about what you believe was in his system. That's a good thing about human beings. We all don't think alike. And especially when it comes to these boxing commissions. A lot of us is not members on these boxing commissions. So if he was taking, just think about back in, you've been hanging around this long enough, PM. Just think about all the tests he took prior to the fight that he came up negative. So therefore, if it's not based on um, qualitative but quantitative, and he tested positive for ostarine, and it really wasn't any real levels in there. That's off the strength of him testing negative all the way up to that point, and then when he started taking the actual supplement, and then the test that was taken on the 19th and the 20th. I mean, it kind of lines up. It kind of lines up with Ryan Garcia telling the truth a bit. But for you to not think that ostarine is in your system and it's not from contamination, but yet the whole conversation Ryan was having is like, I need to put my supplements in there. Supplements can absolutely be contaminated, brother. And if you're taking a supplement that's contaminated and it goes into your system, what are you saying? Why are you saying if his supplements were contaminated or not? He still had the contamination is the ostarine based off his supplements. I'm moving on. Shout out to MKB, man, Martin King Boxing with the $2 in the super chat, lighting up the tree of life, man. I appreciate you, dog, for supporting the channel and tuning in and donating. You know what I'm saying? Much appreciated. Salute to you, brother. I wish I had a lot of money to get me out of shit. Hey, you never told us you was in some shit there, Jessica. And look, Look, it's according to what type of shit you in, though. I mean, come on, it can't be that bad if you got, a ticket for running a red light, or you was going goddamn 45 and a 35. I mean, come on, man, you good. You're good, man. I mean, come on, you getting a little speeding tickets, a freaking driving infraction. I mean, come on, you straight, man. You don't need no money to get out of that. Now, if you dining and dashing and you are a repeat offender and they have issued a warrant for you, you know what I'm saying? Because you are a diner dasher, Prancer, Dixon, Rudolph. You know what I'm saying? You one of them that go in there and eat and hop out the back door. Okay, then I can understand why you might be concerned. But y'all, at the end of the day, it's good we coming, having some closure on this, so we can move on and see what's next for Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. There's some interesting fights at 40. There's some interesting fights for Ryan at 47. You know, but like I said earlier, I mean, come on, Devin, run that shit back, man. Show the people that you are. It didn't have anything to do with skill. Show them, show them that you're the better skillful fighter, man. It's going to be ample amount of testing. I'm pretty sure Victor Conte is going to make sure that he gives freaking Devin Haney the ultimate sniggity snack. He going to make sure he go back to the laboratory and come up with some shit that's non-detectable. You know what I'm saying? That you rub it on your feet and it'll allow you to levitate doing your punches. I'm telling you, Victor Conte is going to come up with some shit, dog. You know what I'm saying? Victor Conte is going to come up with some stuff you dip your wraps in. And then when you put your gloves on, not until you put your gloves on, that your hand wraps turn into brick. And then when you unlace your gloves, it goes back to normal freaking gauze wrap. I mean, he's going to try to come up with some shit, boy. For real. Victor Conte is about to come up with some undetectables, dog. He gonna say, "No, I got to get my fighters back on the win column. I have to get my fighters on the win column because I want more fighters to come over here and believe in my product." It seems like the only fighter that's really holding it down from the front on the forefront is Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Team Ennis, they want to separate themselves from being a snack fighter, but they say he was only on snack for one fight. But all I'm saying is we got to see what's up. Anyway, it's fight weekend, y'all. The good thing about fight weekend is that we got some nice fights coming up. If y'all haven't already seen, man, this heavy card, shout out to His Excellency Turkey Al Sheikh, and putting on a hell of a card, man. You got Terrence Crawford, Marjamov in August, put on by Turk Al Sheikh. But this weekend, we got the one and only. We got the one and only. Deontay, the Bronze Mama Wilder, going up against Jolly Jane. You got the undercard, which is fire. I mean, you got some nice names. You got some sleepers on there. You know what I'm saying? Nick Ball and Raymond Ford. Oh, his first title defense, he's going in there against Nick Ball, who they believe will, this is another case where the fighter that lost to the general public that thought he won and to the freaking promoters who thought he was robbed, he gets the title shot. Nick Ball gets the title shot. That's gonna be a hell of a fight. Ooh wee. That's gonna be a hell of a fight, man. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be a hell of a fight to get us all warmed up for the main event. And then you got Austin Williams going in there. It's gonna be crazy, man. This fight card is gonna be wicked. Real talk. I like this fight card to get us all nice and prepped up for August 3rd. A lot of people are going off Deontay Wilder's words that he's looking towards retirement if he lose. Listen, you shouldn't feel any type of sadness. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't feel a type of separation. You know, the man's been in the sport. He started the sport late, went through the Olympics fast track and earned the bronze. You know what I'm saying? Reigned for over 5 years, 10 successful title defenses. He's a Hall of Famer. So you go in here with the mindset, you go in there with the mindset to say, let's just see it for what it is. Let's see, what Wilder shows up, what James shows up. And you wish for the best, man. You want to see Wilder go in there and spark him out. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. But don't go in there riding too much on. He said he was retiring, so it's automatic that he's gonna look like he did with Joseph Parker. We don't know that. But I can tell you, it's some hell of a freaking fights from that you see that I want to take a look at. That's gonna be a nice card, man. Plus, you got the UFC jumping off this weekend. 302. Man, you got freaking Makhachev, I believe that's his name, going up against Poirier. Shit, come on now. That shit gonna be money, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't look at Deontay Wilder just because he's putting it out there that, hey, if I lose, I'm out. I'm retired. He has nothing else to prove except, trying to fight for the unified titles. And that itself looks a little shaky right now. You know what I'm saying? We thought Anthony Joshua was gonna be next for the Usyk and Fury winner. And they talking about he's about to face Buatse or whatever his name. What? I thought he was lined up to face the winner. And y'all keep on putting Joshua in there, he gonna end up like Sebastian Fundora and Brian Mendoza. Watch. Watch. Miguel felt the same way after his loss with Margarito, but ended up running it back after we won a couple of fights. Well, when you talk about Miguel Cotto and Antonio Margarito, that's a whole different situation than what we talking about now. But I'll link up with you though. I know where you at with it, but that's a whole different situation right there because the layers wasn't exposed until he fought Sugar Shane Mosley. That's after he had beat the brakes off Miguel Cotto. And Miguel Cotto is one of my favorite fighters. I like Miguel Cotto. Like no facial expression, stone face killer. That's what Miguel Cotto was. And it's unfortunate that I even said this on live several times that I think Antonio Margarita, the beating that he put on Miguel Cotto is going to affect him, during his retirement sooner or later. It could be dementia, anything, because I know for a fact that, assuming, allegedly, that he probably was not just starting to cheat with the plaster of Paris when he fought freaking Sugar Shane. You know what I'm saying? And yes, it was exposed when he fought Sugar Shane when Nassim Richardson was over there looking at the gloves. And Shane Mosley beat him up. Not only did he get beat up, he got suspended after the fight. Where they do that at? That's what I'm saying. A lot of these cats don't do comparisons as far as saying, "Oh, he should be banned for life." How you say Ryan Garcia should be banned for life off Ostarine when Antonio Margarita wasn't even banned for life, and he basically manipulated his equipment. They say the gloves are there to protect your hands, but Antonio Margarita basically put cement on his wraps. So that's not protecting your hands. That's to inflict serious damage to your adversary. And that can ultimately put them in a vegetative state, or even kill them. That's wild, man. You know what I'm saying? But you're right. Miguel Cotto did run it back with Margarita. But, the fighters got to have it in there. They got to have that desire to walk back through the fire. Like Miguel Cotto really was beat up doing that fight. I mean, that was a brutal fight, man. God damn. And for him to go back and want to fight the guy after he was exposed for cheating, that's a warrior right there. I'm not saying you ain't no warrior, Haney, but it definitely would fit you at this point, you being so young in the sport still. If you want to raise your profile now, coming on such a dominating loss from Ryan Garcia, you definitely need to run it back with him. That's all I'm saying. Run it back, big dog. Run it back. What happened to Ortiz Jr.? Because I haven't really been closely. You know what I'm saying? What happened with Ortiz Jr., Jessica? Enlighten me. Seriously, drop the gem on me. Let's go. What happened? He ain't out to fight. He's not out. He didn't come down with another ailment, did he? What happened to Ortiz? You talking about Tim Zoo, right? No, no. They were saying that Tim Zoo's head, the cut, will not be healed for the August 3rd fight. Now, for Virgil Ortiz, I haven't heard anything yet. But for Tim Zoo, it was the cut that he basically what happened when his fight during his fight with Sebastian Fundora, that big cut on his head. They're saying that he's out of the fight because you have to look at it like this, Jessica. I know you follow the sport too, right? You have to understand when they fought, the recovery process that has to go along with him, getting the stitches, healing up enough to the point where he can go back in there and go to fight camp and start training. Not only that, he has to get cleared for the cut to be good to go, right? So they wearing headgear and all that. You really can't sit up here and think the headgear isn't going to move around and all the other stuff that goes along with fight camp to not open that cut up again. So he might have been training and he opened the cut up again. And he went back to the doctor. He says, no way. It's June coming up and a little bit over 2 months. This cut is gonna, heal itself up enough time for you to go in there and face Virgil Ortiz. It'll be another bloodbath. He said both supplements was declared on Vital's form. Haney got whooped. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Miguel on deck, with the Beretta with no safety. You know what I'm saying? I'm not over here saying he didn't get beat up. I'm not saying it. You know what I'm saying? But if you find something else, if anybody know what Jessica talking about Virgil Ortiz, I'm thinking that's Tim Zoo though. Tim Zoo has came up as um being out of the fight August 3rd. That's what I read. When you brought it up, I absolutely went and tried to look up an article, and that's what I seen out there. That's unfortunate too. Because I was just talking about Tim Tszyu and Virgil Ortiz is going to be the fight of the night, and now Virgil Ortiz is going to have to fight somebody else. And you know who would be a good fight for him to step in and make that fight really happen? You know what I'm saying? Really make a really interesting matchup is Jaron Ennis. You know what I'm saying? Jaron Ennis, Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Put Ryan Garcia in there with Virgil Ortiz and see how that plays out. You know what I'm saying? That'll bring even more traction to that fight card. If Ryan Garcia goes all the way up to 154 and get that ass whooping, because there's no way in hell I see him beating Virgil Ortiz. No way, no way, no way, no way, no way. I don't see it. No way, no way, no way. But I'm pretty sure Turk Al Sheik can send them freaking carrier pigeons out there with those notes and drop those notes off, to some other fighters that's a big name. Jaron Ennis fighting Virgil Ortiz, that was supposed to happen in 147. That'll be a good name to throw in there. But he got a Cody Crowley fight coming up, so somebody's gonna have to pay him freaking step aside or something. I don't know. Or them canceling the fight. Errol Spence is scheduled for Sebastian Fundora for a title, so he's out of the equation. Um, from what I hear, Erickson Lubin will be fighting what's his name for the IBF title. So he's out of the equation. What about Jamel Charlo? Bring Jamel Charlo back. He needs some spotlight on him. Bring Jamel Charlo back and see can he beat up Virgil Ortiz or see him get beat up by Virgil Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? Let's see how that plays out. Bring Jamel Charlo back in there. He's still at 154 in recess, right? Right? I mean, bring him back in there to fight Virgil Ortiz. He still have 8 weeks to get ready. And nobody's came up and said, you know, Jamel Charlo is set to fight this person. Bring him back. I want to see him go in there and see how he handles Virgil Ortiz. That'd be a good fight right there for Virgil. The former unified cuckoo bird. Yeah, that'd be a great fight, bro. Hey, y'all give a big shout out to the MACKMOBB. The Mac Mob is in the building. What's good with it, B Mac? Salute to you, man. Man, y'all definitely show love, man, and go over there, support the Mac Mob, man. You know what I'm saying? Have one of the best panel orators on YouTube, man. You know what I'm saying? For real. Y'all definitely be tuned in to the interesting topics, man. But definitely go check out and support, subscribe, and show love to the Mac Mob. You know what I'm saying? Support this channel, man. Real talk. Support this channel. That shit be hilarious. I ain't gonna lie, man. That shit be hilarious, man. Turk need to hire Don King to be his promoter. No, 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 no. Don King, good where he at now, PM. You get a little, don't do that now. Don't do that. We don't need Don King over there messing up Turk. Turk is doing just fine, just fine. Even though Don King, he does like fighters fighting the fight. He don't like putting on no freaking bologna sandwiches with extra tomato on there and a goddamn can of ragu sauce. No, no. He good where he at, dog. Shout out to Paludas on deck, man. Salute to you, brother. Conwell versus Ortiz. Yes, that is. That is right there. My bad. That is. I was thinking, I say it's somebody else that's up on deck, man. But I've been busy last. That is right there. Paludas hit it on the head, man. Right here. Bad news, Conwell. That is. That's the fight that need to take place. No other fight. No Jamel Charlo. That's bad news, man. Charles Conwell. That's the fight right there. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the fight that need to happen. Conwell been waiting patiently, style for style. Oh my God. I'm telling you, that will be a crazy fight. And Conwell been looking for that, man. I hope he get it, bro. Cause I know he just signed over there too. I hope he get it because they've been waiting on Charles Conwell, man. So yeah, man. Shout out to Palouse, man. Dropping that gem. Yes, for sure. You know what I'm saying? No doubt, man. No doubt, man. They already know where to go. Y'all know, check out Mac Mob, man. You know what I'm saying? Holla at him, man. Sub to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Support the brother. Real talk. Great content. Real. That should be hilarious. I ain't gonna lie, man. Not everybody who hosts panels can keep control of their panels. You know what I'm saying? Without it getting crazy. I don't like doing panels all the time, but you know, I'm gonna get used to it. Give me about 10 more years, man. I'm gonna get used to it. I'm gonna come on that motherfucker and I'm just gonna be yeah, just gonna be breathing hard and goddamn mumbling. I'm just gonna be breathing hard and mumbling. Hey, how you doing? Things change. Ain't the way I used to be. Goddamn be forgetting shit I talked about today. Hey, you remember when you was talking about something? No, man. But man, Charles Conwell, that is right there. Charles Bad News Conwell versus Virgil Ortiz. That's the fight that should replace Tim Tszyu. Real talk. That's the fight right there, bro. That will substitute the transparency. That right there, Tim Tszyu gone and then Conwell coming there. Say, oh, I like that fight too now. I like that fight too. Yeah. Bad News is up next anyway. So yeah, let's do that. You know what I'm saying? Let's do that. But I think Conwell has a fight coming up, if I'm not mistaken. I think he has a fight coming up, man, because he's the mandatory in one of those sanctioning bodies. He is the mandatory. I could have sworn he's supposed to be fighting for an interim title, I believe. You know what I mean? Yeah, B Mac, man, 10 years, dog. Man, things gonna be different. More gonna have his oxygen tank banging in the background and shit. Who got all that background? Oh, that's me. That's me, man. Shit. Goddamn tubes be coming out and shit. Goddamn me and Mr. Golden be sounding alike. Shit. They'll be understand the word we saying, dog. You know, be falling asleep on live. But yeah, I like that though. I like the Charles Conwell fight versus Virgil Ortiz. That is a great substitute. Real talk. That's a great substitute right there. Oh, I never said he wasn't a high risk. I'm talking about he hasn't been a champion yet. And Tim Tszyu, he has the momentum. He has the Tony Harrisons, the Terrell Goucher, you know what I'm saying? The Brian Mendoza and all that. He has those on his belt. And also, Tim Tszyu has the Sebastian Fundora fight, which went 12 rounds, and it was a bloody mess. So take all that, he still sits, you know what I'm saying, in the graces of the boxing fans at a higher pedestal than Charles Conwell. That's what I'm trying to say. No knock on Charles Conwell, man. I like the guy. I like his fighting style and all that. This will be his coming out if he's able, just like Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz last fight, man. You sneezed, you missed the fight. So Virgil Ortiz and Charles Conwell clashing, and both of them will have a come out fight. You know what I'm saying? Virgil was out of the sport for a while with his ailment, came back and got a boy up out of there. I think it was like 0.1 second and shit. Then you take Conwell, who just, signed over Golden Boy. He's starting off fresh. Yeah, put them in there. It'll be a coming out fight for both, man. Real talk. Hell to the yeah, yeah. Let's see that fight right there, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. That'll be a good fight. Hey, B Mac, what you think about, Ryan Garcia supplements coming back positive for contaminated ostarine. The ultimate performance enhancing drug that everybody became a expert and earned 3 credits towards becoming a freaking VADA representative. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about that? His supplements have came back positive for ostarine contamination. So, what do you think about that? Do you think Ryan Garcia will walk up out of here scotch free and they will keep the loss on Haney's record, or somehow, some way, they will find a way to move it to a no contest or something? I don't know, man. I'm just curious to know what people thinks about that. And also, I want to bring up, right, um, Jaleel Hackett. Shout out to Jaleel Hackett, man. He has since left Mayweather Promotions, and he's looking to get himself into the mix at 47. We got to throw Jaleel Hackett at 47, man. Jaleel Hackett and Brian Norman Jr. be a good fight, but Norman is a champion now, so I don't know if he'll consider Jaleel Hackett as an opposition he wants to fight, because I mean, you know what I'm saying? It has to be something in it for him at this point as a champion. So yeah, shout out to Jaleel Hackett, man. He's about to start getting more exposure with leaving Mayweather Promotion. Jahan Ingram, the guy who dropped Rolly Romero in sparring, he is now left Mayweather Promotions. Okay, all right. The case in point, I knew Jahan Ingram way back in the day from going to these fights in different regions. I'm not gonna tell you what region, whatever. Me and him had a situation, what I'm saying, where he didn't like something I said, and I was like, man, you should be, concerned about your career. You know what I'm saying? That's what you should be concerned about. But I knew him before he was professional. When he was just walking around with his boy. I don't have no problem with Jahan. He is who he is. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to make it. As long as he don't come standing to me this out of pocket, I won't have anything to write about when it comes to him. But he's making his rounds now. He left Mayweather Promotions. I don't know who's going to pick him up, because he has such a ways to go. He's behind his peer group in boxing. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know what he's planning on doing. Who's going to sign this dude and all this other shit? What they have planned for him? I'm just not sold on it. I'm just not sold on Jahan. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got you knock Rolly Romero down. That doesn't mean you're gonna get a fight with Tank Davis. I mean, you got to start getting in the mix, man. What weight class Jahan in? 135. You got to start getting in the, your peers. If you at 135, I mean, you got a lot of hitters at 135. Abdullah Mason, come on, man. Keyshawn Davis, Shakur Stevenson, man, you got a lot of hitters there, boy. God damn. You just got a lot of hitters. Vasily Lomachenko, Javante Davis, man. You got Frank Martin. Even though he's going in there, Frank Martin's still a hitter right now. He ain't fought Tank yet. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta take that in consideration. All them damn 135ers. Yeah, Jahan, I don't know where he gonna fit in at. But I see he making his rounds and people interviewing him because he's finally left Mayweather Promotions. And what is going on with Mayweather Promotions? I mean, it's showing. Like he say, him and Al Heyman is one. You ain't lying, because it just seems like the word out there that they're crumbling, and you're letting go all these fighters. Why? I just heard him on with Cam and Mace. He said he had like 100 vehicles. If that's true, I mean, he got real estate, he got commercial business, he got this, that, and the other. I'm like, I don't get it, man. Why these cats? And what about Camille Moten? He's a long lost dragon. He's a long lost Gila monster. What about Kamel Moton? He's supposed to be the next. They have all these fighters that they're basically taking and modeling off Tank Davis. They got a dude that's from Cuba, or I forgot his name, but both of these fighters, they're trying to say they got all this power and try to, model them off speaking like they got the tank, they the next tank. But Kamel Moton, man, how's he still there? Is Floyd just gonna put all his interest in Moton? I don't know how that career is gonna go if all these other fighters are leaving. A lot of people are talking about Moton, but the way he got lit up in his last fight, that young fella is not gonna have a long career if he don't know how to use his defense, bro. I understand he's still a tyro in this sport and he's learning, but the way he was being lit up, this is not the time to start proving that you got a chin. You need to start thinking about longevity in the sport. You need to understand boxing don't have a retirement plan, buddy. You know what I'm saying? I like the young fella. I like the hype that he's getting. But man, he was getting hit with flush power shots that you could see a mile away. He was getting lit up. And then the other guy, man, he's in the same boat as Moton. It's gonna be interesting. I'm not gonna lie, man. It's gonna be interesting moving forward. You know, it's gonna be interesting. Real talk. I don't know. I don't know, man. It seems like PBC is doing what they do, bro. Yeah, Mac Mall, you welcome, bro. You know what I'm saying? You already know what it is, bro. Mac Mob said Ron is still guilty. He still put it in his body. Haney should get a no contest, and Ryan Garcia should get suspended, in my opinion. I feel you on that, man. But I totally, early on in live, I said something absolutely opposite of what you just said, bro. I said that, because somebody put up there, it was still in his system. Where if it was contaminated from the supplements that he submitted to BADA, and those supplements end up being contaminated. So, in my opinion, and my unqualified opinion is that he took it unwillingly. He ingested those supplements that was contaminated. I mean, he ingested the ostarine, which contaminated his supplements that he put in for BADA prior to the fight. So, in my opinion, he unknowingly ingested the supplement that was contaminated with ostarine. But for those who say he should get suspended, I understand you're looking at it from a point that you believe he's liable. It's not that easy. From a person who, competed and all that, I mean, they got some supplements out there, man, that in order for, like, a lot of MMA fighters and other fighters will tell you, if you get sponsored by a supplement company, it's not free for you to take that supplement and have it tested and broken down for all the banned substance that's per USADA. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about for MMA and all that. You got to pay the money. When they get sponsored, some of these fighters, they either have the money or they don't have the money. They have to go to a qualified lab to get that sup tested before they start taking it because they don't want to pop dirty. But in Ryan's case, obviously with all the money he made from Tank, he didn't have the supplement tested. And then there is freaking media resources out there from, experts that's talking about how ostarine can contaminate supplements. And the people who create the supplement or make the supplement, they're not going to tell you that ostarine is in the supplement because it won't ever make it to the shelves. It won't be approved. They won't put it on the label. So you basically getting a contaminant freaking supplement that, if you're not competing in on the highest level of professional sports, then you don't have to worry about it. But if by chance you're competing, you might end up like Ryan. You know what I'm saying? But I get where you at with it, B Mac. I get where you at with it, man. We just have to see how What's the word over the next week? Because there will be word coming out in the next week. Now that the results are back, fight weekend is coming up. I'm pretty sure, Monday, Tuesday, whatever, we should hear something back, man. Shout out to the OG Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz some more. Salute to you. I see you in the building, man. I'm pretty sure you're gonna do a live on it, right? B Mac probably. You know what I'm saying? Probably gonna do a live on it. Hey y'all, I'm gonna jump off, man. We should do this again. I'm waiting on my equipment to get fixed. I'm not on my regular equipment, but I will be hanging out and around. What else I was gonna say? Shout out to Team Tucker, man. Jahad Tucker's is back in action June 8th. You know what I'm saying? Look forward to seeing the future of boxing back in the sport. To shake things up. I'm really looking forward to his next fight. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Jahad Tucker at 154 pounds. Check him out on IG. Who is Jahad Tucker? He set the fight June 8th on the top rank. You know what I'm saying? Under Xander Zayas. Xander Zayas is going to be back in action. The youngest boxer ever to sign with top rank. You know what I'm saying? He's back in action. And you got a pretty good card coming up June 8th. Real talk. You got a pretty good card. But y'all hold it down, man. Take it easy. Let me see something right quick. Yeah. Y'all take it easy. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game. We'll do it again another time, another place. I'm out. Peace.